What's up, Scorpio? It's your girl D with 8th House Energy here to bring you your May 2020 general read. I want to thank you guys for all the love and support you show the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you and all that you do. There will be an extended to this reading. The Patreon membership link is in the box below. Remember that link allows you access to all the extended videos I do. It also gives you access to the Tarology Academy information. So if you're interested in that, you want to take a look at the link in the box below for Patreon. It's right under this video. If you need a personal reading, my information is in the box below. If you need a natal chart analysis, all in the box below. If you are a Taurus sun, moon, or Venus, you do get 50% off of the tarot card readings only, okay? And it's readings number 2, 3, and 4, okay? So if you go down to the tarot card section, you'll see that there's 5 different readings. Number 2, 3, and 4 are the ones that you get 50% off all throughout Taurus season. If you are a Taurus sun, Taurus moon, or Venus in Taurus, okay? Now, what I usually do on the general readings is I go over the planetary alignments because there's a lot of people who are ascended enough to understand what that means and the implications that it has in your life. So I'm just going to run through that real briefly, and then we'll get into the reading. So Scorpio, in your second house, which is Capricorn, that's the house of your reputation, the house of your career aspirations, things like that. For you, that's the second house. Now, you have Pluto there, and you have Jupiter there. Now, on April 25th, Pluto is going to go in retrograde there. Now, Pluto is your planet, and if you know about Pluto, then you know it's all about the subconscious energy, all right? The things that go on a spiritual level, you know, that we really don't tap into unless it, you know, pushes itself up to the logic mind. You know, you have the logic mind and then you have the subconscious mind. Pluto rules the subconscious mind. So what is going to be happening once Pluto goes into retrograde? Well, we're in the pre-shadow stage period now, but the heat of it is April 20. The heat of it starts April 25th, and it goes through October. But what goes on with Pluto in retrograde is any subconscious energies that you have within you that are keeping you from growing in your business, they're going to be brought to the forefront for you to deal with, because what it is those things are hindering you from being your highest self, okay? So that's what Pluto does. Pluto comes in and says, okay, we're going to get rid of this stuff that you buried, that you didn't want to deal with, that you put in the closet, you know, but it's in reference to your career, your reputation. It's in reference to your professional achievements. What's holding you back from being your highest self in those areas? Pluto's going to bring that to the front, and it may be uncomfortable. Usually it is, but it's because it's something that you refused to deal with, all right? So just keep that in mind, and those energies may not show up right away. We got until October, okay? Pluto goes back station area in Capricorn in October. So all summer, at any point in time, those energies could come up. Don't fight it, because you can't fight Pluto. Just, you know, try to deal with it, because it's only for your highest good. Now, we also have Jupiter in Capricorn as well. And again, Capricorn is your second house, okay? I'm sorry, it's your third house. Capricorn is your third house, okay? But that represents your reputation, your career aspirations, your morals, your values. So with Jupiter there, Jupiter's going to go in retrograde on May 14th, okay? So you may start feeling those energies now. You may start feeling them more as we get towards May 14th. But what happens with Jupiter in retrograde is Jupiter makes you question, what is it that I want to do career-wise? Because Jupiter is all about good luck, good fortune. For women, your Jupiter placement is, you know, your husband, the ideal characteristics of your husband. So what you're going to be looking at with Jupiter in retrograde is you're going to be questioning, because Jupiter deals with wisdom. It deals with higher education. It deals with expansion and growth and things like that. So you're going to be looking at, do I want to go back to school? What is important for me in reference to my career? Pluto's going to unearth the things that you've been putting back and holding back in reference to your career. And then Jupiter's going to make you think about it and make you question it to get the wisdom out of it. And so when you have retrograde planets, especially 2, in a particular house, it's time to look at that house and reflect. Don't make any movements, any sudden movements, but make plans. So now is the time for you, Scorpio, to make plans in reference to your career aspirations, what it is that you truly, truly are meant to do, because you're the type of energy, you have to do what you feel. You're about feelings, you're about emotions. So you have to do something that feels good to you. So if there was something that you put on the back burner because you felt like, oh, I can't do that right now, I gotta make money, da 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 da. Well, now, if some of you are experiencing, the negative economic effects of the COVID situation here, now is the time for you to look at some of those things you put on the back shelf, put a plan in place, and move forward with that once everything gets situated. Or, if you can do it without waiting for the, situation to get back to normal as far as what's going on out here, then do it. But now is the time to plan. Okay, whenever planets are in recession, it's a time to plan. Not a time to jump into any new relationships, not a time to jump into any new friendships, not a time to jump into any new business, plans or anything like that. It's the time to plan things and reflect. Now, we also got in your seventh house, Mercury is going into your seventh house on April 27th. Now, Mercury, for you guys, that's the how you have Taurus there, okay? So Mercury's going in there, and then we also have Uranus there, okay? So with Uranus there, it's making you look at your relationships. A lot of you are going through it right now where you're clearing out relationships that no longer serve you, okay? I just did some readings on that for you with the last couple of weeks. And as long as Uranus has been in your seventh house, you've been looking at all your relationships, because the house of the seventh house is all about partnerships, but it's especially about marriage partnerships, but it's all types of partnerships. Anybody that you have to relate to, you have a partnership with, whether it's work, school, friendship, love, relationships, family members, it doesn't matter. Those are partnerships. Okay. And so you're evaluating those partnerships and looking at, okay, is this something that I want? Is this something I don't want? Okay. So that's what Mercury and Uranus are going to be doing in your seventh house. Now we have Venus going in retrograde in the house of Gemini. Now that is your eighth house. All right. Now when Venus is in there, this is a lot of people who are interested in communicating online, things like that, as far as finding love, going online to these dating apps, things like that. But what's going to happen when Venus goes in retrograde is you may run into some old lovers. Some old lovers, you may think about them. They may think about you. You may be out and about in the world and you may run into them, because Gemini is all about your community. Okay, so you may be somewhere doing whatever you're doing, and then all of a sudden you run into an ex-lover. Or all of a sudden you may have a thought about an ex-lover, or you may want, and that thought may provoke you to want to reach out to one, or an ex-lover may be thinking about you, and they might, consider reaching out to you. So keep that in mind, okay? So it's up to you to decide what you want to do as far as if you're going to deal with them or not. But that could happen. But you may be thinking about now what's going on in your love life, okay? Now, also we have Mars in Pisces. What is Pisces? Pisces is I forget what house Pisces is for you. But Mars is there, okay? Mars is your ruling planet. But Mars is the gentle warrior when it's in the house of Pisces, because it fights for compassion, because that's what Pisces is all about, compassion. Pisces is also all about illusions. It's all about the psychic realm as well. So a lot of you may have desires to tap into that energy and to further, some of you have been in the lab ascending. So you may be ascending more, tapping into that energy. Saturn is in Aquarius, and that's going to go retrograde on May 10th. So we got another planet in retrograde, okay, on May 10th. So Saturn is all about the government. It's all about your limits, your restrictions, and it's in the house of your friends and your social life. And it's in the house of organizations and people who get together for a common cause. So you're going to be reevaluating friendships. You're going to be reevaluating the organizations that you're involved in. They're going to be reevaluating their rules and regulations and things like that. And you're going to see that happen. For those of you who are still employed, you're going to see your companies are changing the rules right now as we go because of what's going on with COVID-19. All right. If you have your own business, you may be revamping the rules and changing things around in your business as well. Neptune is in Pisces still. All right. So Neptune rules Pisces. It's all about illusions, all about glamour. You got to be careful with people in communication, especially with Mercury in your going into your seventh house. and as well as Venus being in retrograde in Gemini. You got to be careful what people tell you, okay? Let them prove themselves first, okay? I think we got everything here. Mars in Pisces. We got Mercury in Taurus, Venus in Gemini, Saturn in Aquarius, Uranus in Taurus. Yep, and we talked about all of them. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a rundown, and this may not be for everybody, all right? It's just for those who, follow astrology and understand that, it's best to know the planetary alignments. That way you'll understand yourself, and you'll understand the world around you, and you'll be able to navigate it, okay? So if it's not for you, it's not for you. Moving on to the reading. Let's see what the overall energy... Oh, we're going to do a Celtic Cross for you guys, all right? And like I said, the extended is going to be at the Patreon membership link, which is in the box below. Scorpio, 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 what have you been up to? What have you guys been doing? You guys have been making great progress thus far. From what I've been seeing as far as the career-wise and as far as relationship-wise, with Uranus there, you've been cutting out people, realizing they're no good, and you've been cutting them out. Business-wise, a lot of you are doing really well. As far as, trying to make your money and deciding on where you want to make it, despite what's going on with COVID or outside of that, you were doing okay. Now, let's see what's up. So we got the Two of Wands energy here. This is Aries energy. Okay, so this is about deciding on what you want to do next. Like I was saying, you're going to be in that mindset of deciding what you want to do. Do you want to move? Do you want to relocate? Do you want to take, do you want to figure out what you want to do as far as money? How do you want to go about things? The world is yours, and you're looking at it from that level. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you are experiencing financial difficulties at this time. Okay, with the Knight of Pentacles, and with the Knight of Pentacles, all it is if he's in the upright, it's just the fact that he plans. You see, he's reading a book here before he figures out what he needs to do. The goal is to carve a pentacle, the pentagram icon into this pentacle. See, he has the tool to do it. But what he's doing is he's reading on how to do it first, figuring out what he's supposed to do first, and then he goes about doing it. Okay, so he's making a plan. He's strategizing. When the Knight of Pentacles is in reverse, this is someone who's just rushing into things, someone who's lazy, who doesn't want to plan, and this could hinder you making money. So you really got to focus and buckle down and figure out what plan of action you want to take, okay? With the Seven of Pentacles here, this represents, again, someone who's impatient. This could represent somebody who's lazy, somebody who wants something for nothing. So what I'm showing here with this overall energy is that it's all about a plan of action for you to get where you want to get. This is about Pentacles here now. All right. So you got to get on point. You got to figure out what you want to do. You got to put a plan in place, and then you will be okay. Let's take a look at the current energies. So we have the Magician in reverse. Okay. So this could represent major arcana. Well, this is a major arcana, and it could represent scattered thoughts. Okay, it could represent the fact that you don't know what to do. All right, and we just talked about this. All right, it's because you're not sitting down and you're not figuring out a plan of action. What is it that you want to do? Where do you want to be? Take advantage of this Jupiter in retrograde energy as well as this Pluto in retrograde energy. Pluto will tell you what you need to work on, what's keeping you from excelling financially. Pluto's going to bring that up and tell you. You may already be feeling these energies. But Pluto's going to pull that up, and then Jupiter, when it goes in retrograde, is going to make you think, okay, how do I fix this? What do I need to do? All right? And that all involves you putting a plan into place, okay? Now, this Mercury energy here is the fact it could be, that you're not communicating, and it could be the fact that you're not manifesting, okay? And again, if you're not manifesting, it's because maybe you don't have a proper plan in place, or you're not following that plan, okay? This could also talk to ill will or ill intent. Hopefully that's not the case, but we'll find out because we're going to clarify these cards in the extended as well. Now, the energies that are positively or negatively affecting this Mercury in retrograde energy is the Hermit energy. Okay, here's another a major arcana, clarifying a major arcana. Now, this is Virgo energy. Now, Virgo is all about analytical planning. Now, this Knight of Pentacles is Virgo energy as well. All right, and I just went over the description of what this card represents. So what Hermit energy here talks about is You need to go off probably by yourself. Okay, turn off the radio, turn off that TV, that news channel. Come off of the social media pages, unless that's something that you do as far as making money. But you need to sit quietly. Okay, whatever you need to do in reference to meditation, to get you some ideas of what you need to do. Okay, so this is what this is telling me, that what's going on here is you got scattered thoughts. Okay, and the way to relinquish that is to go into the Hermit energy. Seclude yourself from everybody for a minute. Get away from everybody for a minute. Because Scorpio, if you know you know that that's when you are best able to get rid of that scattered thought energy. You're able to meditate and you're able to figure out what you need to do because you're tapping into your subconscious energy. Pluto's going to tell you what you need to do. All you got to do is sit quietly and tap into that energy. Okay? Now, in the past here, we have the Ten of Wands in reverse. So this is about letting go. Okay, this could be the fact that some of you may have gotten burdened, doing what it was that you were doing for employment and you let that go. Okay, this could represent, this could talk about relationships too, but we'll see what's going on here. But you let something go. There was something that was too much of a burden, okay, and you let it go. It could have been very well that it was too much of a burden and you were not successful with it and you let it go. Or it could be that it was something that you reached the success. It was a long, hard journey. You reached it. And now it's to the point like, okay, now what do I do? I can let that stress go. And now I can take things to the next level. Now, as far as the more recent past, you were successful. Exactly. So you were successful in the past. You got to a certain plateau. All right. And now we're here with the Six of Wands celebrating that. So some of you are doing extremely well. Okay, despite what's going on with COVID-19, you're doing extremely well. All right, this is beautiful energy here. You're feeling proud of yourself. You're feeling accomplished. You realize that you went through a lot, but you got there. Beautiful energy. Now, the crowning energy for this reading is the Star card in reverse. Now, this could talk to a couple of different things. This could talk to someone being depressed. This could talk to someone being not being well. It could be health issues. This could also talk to someone being arrogant. Okay, you may have to be careful. You're doing really well. You may have been victorious in a situation, but you got to be careful not to be arrogant about it. Okay, this could also represent you, maybe giving up on something. You may have started a task, right? And then you just let it go to the wayside for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe you got caught up in things. Maybe the COVID-19 thing threw you off temporarily. And so you got off track a bit. And so maybe you don't have the faith in what's going on, in what you were doing. You don't have the inner clarity. The Star card in reverse could represent not having inner clarity. So not having inner clarity and having scattered thoughts. All right. And in order to resolve that, this is what you have to do. You have to go within. Tap into your spiritual energy. Listen to what Pluto in retrograde is telling you. Listen to what Jupiter in retrograde is making you ask yourself. All right. Now, in the immediate future, what's coming up is the Ten of Cups reversed. Okay. So to me, this is talking about you again. There's more relationship situations going on here where you are realizing that there are situations that are just not going to work out. Some of you, this is a marriage situation, and I'll go back over that in a relationship type of way. But as far as the business aspect of things, with the Ten of Cups in reverse, moving forward in the future, some of you are not going to be happy with what's going on in your business life or in your finance life because you're not putting a plan in place. All right, so you got to a certain plateau, and then for whatever reason you may have fallen off due to other things that were going on, or you just not going within to listen to find out what's holding you up. And a lot of you, this is what this energy of Pluto is going to be doing for you. Okay, Pluto's going to say, okay, I see you're stuck. So it's a good thing that the planet Pluto is coming around and it's going into retrograde right now. I'm going to help you. I'm going to tell you what's holding you up. Some of you already know what it is, but you're just not, you're BSing around for whatever reason. But some of you know what it is, but I'm not going to say BSing around because this COVID-19 is throwing everybody off of their game a bit. But what Pluto is going to do is it's going to help you say, okay, well, what do I need to focus on? What do I need to focus on to take things to the next level despite what's going on in the external world? Because once you're good on the inside, the external world is not going to bother you but so much. Okay? But so much. Now, what's in your fears? We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I'm sorry, the Nine of Cups in reverse. So you're afraid of not being happy. You're afraid of overindulging for some of you. With the Nine of Cups in reverse, this could represent overindulging. Now, if this is the case, then these cards here could represent addictions of some sort. Okay, food, drink, sex, whatever your addictions are. And this could represent you overindulging in something too much. Okay, so you do have to be careful of that. So this could also represent the fact that you get bored, Scorpio, when when you get to the point where it's like, okay, I'm at a roadblock here, you get bored, and you'll start doing things. Some of you will start doing things, drinking, okay, or some other type of something to coax your mind because you're frustrated. All you got to do to resolve this, Scorpio, is just meditate. Go within. Go within. And the energy will come to you. And don't rush it, because Pluto's going to be in retrograde until October. So it may not come to you right away. Maybe take 10 minutes a day if you can. Or, a good hour, every 2 days or so, every 2 or 3 days, to just meditate and let it come to you. Use your crystals, use your music. On YouTube, you can go on music and find frequency music for your third eye. You can find heart chakra music. Whatever Pluto tells you need to work on, you can find something to help you to combat that. Now, how people see you is they see you as temperance energy. And that's good. They see you as someone who's balanced, someone who's got it together. But that's usually how people see Scorpio anyway, because Scorpio is one who can hide their emotions well. This is why Scorpio gets the negative rap of being sneaky or something like that. See, people can feel your hidden frequency when you come around. They could be just like, it's something about this person, I don't like them. Although you could be conducting yourself normally, doing whatever, there's going to be people who don't like you. And that's because you are an agent of change. You give off the frequency as in, I can change you. I can change you. And you can't help that. I'm a healer. I can change you. That's the vibration. That's the subconscious vibration you give off. So there are people who have deep-rooted shit in them, and they don't want no changes. They don't want to deal with it. So that's why they repel you when you come around. And you're like, I don't even know this person. I never did anything to them. All I did was just say hello, what's up, have a conversation with them. But, a lot of people, that's why when they get around you, they don't like you. And they can't tell you why. It's a difference between, I say, I don't like that person because they did A, B, and C. But a lot of times, Scorpio, you're going to get the vibe. And the more Scorpio in your chart that you have, the more you will feel this from people. I got like 4 placements of Scorpio, so I deal with it on the regular. I can talk about it like the drop of a dime. Okay? Because it was a point where I didn't understand it. I didn't understand why I would come around people, or why I would just be in a vicinity and people would roll their eyes at me or turn up their nose towards me, or they would befriend me in my face, but then behind my back talk about me. Things like, I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. And it's because of the subconscious frequency that I give off. I'm a healer. That's who I am. I didn't know that then. And some people don't want to be healed. Okay? So people see you as someone who is balanced. Okay, that's how they see you. A lot of people now, because you are balanced, because you got rid of a lot of unnecessary BS with that Uranus in your partnership house, your 7th house. You got rid of people who were no longer, serving you in reference to, didn't want the best for you, or no longer served you in the path to your higher self. So a lot of people now are seeing you balanced, cool-headed, level-headed, despite what's going on with COVID. Okay, and that's beautiful energy. Your emotions and your logic are balanced. That's what temperance is all about. Now, in your hopes, Scorpio, we have the moon in reverse. So you're hoping, exactly. Okay, so this is moon energy. This is Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio for me as a reader here, because they're all intuitive energies. They're all intuitive houses. Okay, the 2nd, the 8th, and the 12th. So you're tapping into all of these energies because you got Pisces, you got Neptune in Pisces, and you got Mars in Pisces. So your desires are for you to know what's going on. Your desires are for you to get understanding about everything that's going on. Your desires are to tap into that hidden realm. Okay? And that's what meditation will help you do, okay, with the Hermit energy. Going off alone, meditating, or just spending time by yourself, no outside energy, no outside forces. A lot of that's going on right now with COVID anyway. So your outcome here is the Four of Cups reverse. So this is you with your energy here, okay, Scorpio energy. This is you having a new outlook, a new direction. So you're going to figure things out, Scorpio. It's just you just have to go within, spend some time by yourself, tap into that Plutonian energy that you deal with automatically anyway. And a lot of times it's not going to, and what I'm getting here, what I'm feeling is intuitively, it's not going to affect you as much as it will affect other people, because these are planetary changes that are going on for everybody. So everybody's going to be feeling these energies. All right. But because you deal with Pluto on a regular basis anyway, you deal with that transformative energy anyway. So it's just a matter of you just sitting down and just listening to what the universe tells you and then going with that flow. Now, as far as relationship is concerned, you could be, some of you could have options, okay, in reference to someone coming towards you, okay? And you may decide that the person that's coming towards you is somebody that you do not want to move forward with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Because this person could be coming around because they want something for nothing. They're just trying to get in your pockets. See this Pentacle energy here twice? Now, like I said, Uranus and Mercury is in your 7th house, the house of partnerships, okay? So, like I said, with Venus going into Gemini, which is in your 8th house, Venus going in retrograde, you may have people coming back, okay? So you may have someone new, you may have someone from the past, or you could have more than one person from the past who may be trying to come back. But these people were people who you could not move forward with in a relationship because you guys could not plan and strategize and get on the same page. Because this person just wanted to get what they wanted to get. They had no patience, okay? Or maybe you didn't have patience with this person, one or the other, okay? But this person could mean you ill harm, okay? Or you may feel that way, ill intent, all right? And so you know that because you're tapping into your higher self with the energy. And for whatever, a lot of you got away from this person because you realized that they meant you harm. And so what you did was you isolated yourself from them. You stopped communicating with them. You stopped talking to them because your intuition was telling you this person means you no good. Now, in the past, you let go of that energy, okay, with the 10 of Wands in reverse. And so in the recent past, you're sitting back like, yes, I'm so glad I got rid of that MFer. Got them out of my life. God damn it. Thank God. I just did a video for you guys talking about you got your happy back. That's because you got rid of all of that damn negative, all them negative people in your life. All right. So now with this overall energy here with the Star card in reverse, some of you might be feeling, depressed, because it's like, damn, you had these people in your life for so long. And, it's like, damn, I didn't want to get rid of them. But the universe was telling me that they meant me no good. So I had to change my whole perspective on how I looked at these people. All right. And with the Star card in reverse here, some of you may be a bit depressed about that. And you want to be careful because with the 10 of Cups in reverse in your fears here, you're fearing, that you're not going to find anybody who's going to suit you. And you will, Scorpio. You're just in the process of ascension. The ascension process, it's easy to talk about, but to go through is a whole nother thing. What it is you have to get rid of everything in your life that is not serving your highest good so that the good can come in. So when we get into these arguments and these disagreements with these people and they deceive us and betray us, that's the universe's way of telling us, get them out of here. They are no good. Get them out of here. And so because of the external world, we pay attention to that more than we pay attention to what's going on within us. And so that's why we get frustrated and confused and try to hold on to people who don't need to be held on to. These people are not worth your time. They're not worthy of you. All right? And the universe is trying to tell you that. Your higher self is trying to tell you that. So, moving forward towards the future here, you're going to realize that these people who are coming back or someone who's coming around you, you may realize that they are not wish fulfillment. Okay? So this could represent someone coming back from the past. And in the future, you're going to realize you may communicate with them and give them a chance. You may not because you already know. Okay, and it could be someone that you least expect coming back. It may not be the person you just dealt with. It could be somebody else from the past before them. Okay, so this is Pluto saying, hey, you didn't deal with the emotions with this person either. Yeah, you got rid of this monkey, but what about this one? So you got to pay attention. You got to figure out what's going on. Okay? And this person could be coming around because they see you doing well, or they've contacted you, or they heard from other people, oh yeah, she's doing well, or he's doing really good, he's chilling, doing his thing. Or they may see you out and about and see that you are comfortable, your energy's on point, okay, like it was when they first met you, on point. All right. But the thing is you're going to, your goal is to find out what their true intentions are. And you're going to find that out. And you're going to realize, look, it was nice talking to you. It was nice seeing you. You take care. Peace out. And that's how you're going to look at it, because you already know. You know what I'm saying? You already know what time it is. Now, what I want to do is I want to go to the extended, because we're going to take a look at all of these energies here and find out what really is going down. Because, what could happen is the situation could change and be totally different once I clarify these cards. That happened with the Virgo video. So if you have the access to the extended link and you have Virgo in your chart, or Virgo, you check out that general Virgo video, and then you go to the extended, it's a whole nother ball game. That happens rarely with my readings, where it doesn't coincide like that. But this one, it would even blew my mind with the Virgo one. So yeah, so this is why I recommend that you go check out the extended. But for those who can't, I understand that, and it's no, I'm gonna still get you some advice here. See what we got for you here, in case you can't come over. All right, so we got chop wood. Okay, chop wood is about stop sitting around, put plan into place in reference to business. Okay, put plan into place. This is what chop wood is all about. This is the number 42. 4 and 2 is number 6. 6 is about cooperation. It's about creativity. So some of you may need to work with someone. That might be what your issue is. You may have come to a plateau in where you are with your business endeavors, and now you need something else. And you're trying to figure it out. Your energy's scattered. Your thoughts are scattered. And then maybe you collaborating with someone else to take things to the next level. All right. So take that into consideration as well. So I will see you guys in the extended. Hopefully this resonated for those who can't join. And I love you guys. I'll see you in the next reading. Peace out, Scorpio.